Craig, it is a really drivable car, very versatile car all round, right?
I think this is the thing. You know, when we first saw the car, we wasn't quite sure if it was going to work, but it's worked beautifully. Not just that it's got pace, it's clearly a very fast car, maybe not quite as fast as the Mercedes on absolute pace, but it's been
on fast circuits.
On fast circuits,
yeah.
But you know, it's been a consistent car on every type of circuit and every type of weather, because the temperature with these tyres is very critical, and the Ferrari works maybe perhaps a bit better on the hot circuits, but equally, it's because it's been so consistent, it's forever pushing Mercedes in the races, which means that every race comes down to almost chances. If you have any kind of a problem, you know, who wins is decided who has the luck during the race, really.
Let's just talk about that radiator and the inlet to the radiator, because that's very different from any other car, and they haven't really had to play around with that. It seems to have worked out of the box.
Yeah.
I don't know how small, because they've got that lovely louver system on the radiators as well, right?
As well, yeah, which is starting to be copied by quite a few other teams now, putting louvers on different aspects.
So quite small radiators for sure, we have to believe.
If you actually see the side pod itself doesn't actually start until after all of this sort of aero add-ons here. So they're very short side pods anyway. Where it's really impressive that they've been able to get all of the cooling required in there. But this shape is something very unique.
Binotto's an engine man.
He's an engine man, and he's obviously allowed a bit of cooling to be given up for aero performance. And what these are, it's really just restructuring the shape of where the air goes into the side pods and around the outside of the side pods. So this edge along the bottom here is catching all the airflow, creating the downwash, which makes the diffuser and the rear floor area work so much better for more downforce. And this is really the key for this side pod treatment. And then the air going in goes in both the main inlet and that little extra inlet where the air goes in up and under. Quite a job. Teams could have copied this during the year. It'd be a big job for them. It'd be interesting to see when we go into 2018 how much Ferrari develop this and how much other people maybe move towards ideas like this.
And I think that the final question I'd like to put to Craig is, given how good the Ferrari is on slow circuits, Monaco and Hungary particularly, as we've seen, let's look at the other circuits coming up where Ferrari again might even have an advantage, let alone be on a par with Mercedes. Singapore, I guess, will be one.
Singapore would have to be a race that Ferrari are really going to focus on for getting a good result. We know Mercedes have had problems there with the temperature of the tyres and obviously just the nature of the circuit. After that, the other circuits don't really.
Can't imagine them being slow in Abu Dhabi either.
I think Abu Dhabi would probably be the one other circuit, because it's a fairly tight layout that could suit Ferrari. Again, elevated temperatures. Track temperature will come down as the race goes into the night, which will start to favour Mercedes over Ferrari potentially. But obviously, we're seeing Mercedes are understanding the tyres much better. And I don't know if temperature will be such a big issue by the time we get to the back end of the season. So on balance, the Ferrari really does look like it's going to be having to chase the Mercedes the majority of the circuits over the balance of the year.
For me, if I had to put my money on anybody, right now I'd have to say it's got to be Sebastian Vettel to take this through to the end, but you may well disagree.
I think he's got a battle on his hands to win the Drivers' Championship this year, definitely. I think the balance of the season will probably potentially go against Ferrari a little bit. But as you say, there's lots of harmony at Ferrari. There's lots more scope for development on the car. It's been fairly subtle so far this year. A big update for the flyaway races could be enough to bring them into contention, even beating Mercedes. You know, that's always possible. But as you say, it's a very harmonious team, and if they keep working well as they are, and they're not really making many mistakes strategically, then they should be on top of their game.